Before starting the story, I would like to say that 99% of you are not subscribers, while only 1% are. At 1,000 subscribers, I will post a series of special stories for you. Subscribe now.
In the great expanse of the cosmos, amidst the swirling galaxies and brilliant star clusters, lay the grand assembly of the Galactic Council. This council, composed of representatives from over 300 star systems, was held in the radiant halls of the Polaris Dome on the central planet of the Union, Viridia Prime. It was a place as diverse as it was ancient, with emissaries from countless races, each as varied as the planets from which they hailed. On this fateful day, the main chamber buzzed with an unusual tension. Today's agenda included the introduction of a new species that had recently achieved interstellar travel. The humans of planet Earth had sent shockwaves across nearby systems with their rapid technological advancements and unorthodox behaviors. At the high table, under the gleaming light of the holographic projectors, stood Zelthor, the prime emissary from Zephyra. A creature of towering intellect and intuition, Zelthor was draped in a cloak of reflective scales that shimmered with each word he spoke. His voice, when he addressed the assembly, resonated deeply, enhanced by the acoustic design of the dome. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council," Zelthor began, his multifaceted eyes scanning the audience, "today we discuss the emergence of a new species, humans. They hail from a classified blue planet known as Earth in the Sol system." Murmurs filled the chamber as the image of Earth appeared above the council, a beautiful orb of blues, greens, and whites floating like a jewel in space. "Do not be swayed by their primitive origins or their current technological infancy," Zelthor continued, his tone growing graver. "Humans possess a range of emotions that are, by galactic standards, extraordinarily volatile and unpredictable. They show an exceptional capacity for both rapid learning and extreme defensive measures." A hologram displayed scenes from Earth, cities that grew over centuries, wars that changed landscapes, innovations that leaped forward in time. The council watched as humans went from horse-drawn carriages to vehicles of flight in less than a century. Their history is riddled with conflict, yet it is this very nature that fuels their progress, Zelthor explained. They adapt quickly, master technology ruthlessly, and most importantly, they survive. They have survived every calamity they have faced, often of their own making. A smaller figure, Ambassador Yiltz of the Tachyoni cluster, floated up in his anti-gravity chair, his voice crackling through the translator. "You speak of them as if they are a plague. If they are as primitive as you say, what threat could they possibly pose?" Zelthor's scales flashed a dark crimson, a sign of his earnestness. "Do not underestimate their potential. Given the opportunity, they will expand, they will colonize, and inevitably, they will conquer. They are a species driven by a need to not just exist, but to prevail." The room fell silent. Doubt and intrigue painted the alien faces. Some whispered among themselves, skeptical of such dire warnings about such a young species. Zelthor concluded, "It is within your wisdom to heed this warning or to dismiss it. However, consider this. Their planet is plagued by their own conflicts, yet they are rapidly overcoming these challenges. What happens when they look outward towards the stars, with the same fervor with which they once explored their oceans? We must be vigilant and prepared." The council was left in contemplation as the session adjourned. Many dismissed Zelthor's warnings as overcautious fear-mongering, while others pondered the potential need to steer this young species gently, guiding them into the fold of the galactic community under watchful eyes. The debate over humanity's place in the cosmos was just beginning, but one thing was unmistakably clear. The humans were coming, and the galaxy was not yet prepared. As the members of the Galactic Council departed the chamber, the stars outside continued their eternal dance, indifferent to the anxieties of those who watched them. Little did they know, the humans would soon rewrite the rules of that dance, and the galactic order would have to contend with a new kind of player, one that even the wisest had failed to anticipate. On the fringe of the Orion Arm, the Zarkonians, a species known for their iridescent blue skin and 6 luminescent eyes, prepared for the unprecedented mission of making first contact with the humans of Earth. The Zarkonians, driven by a mix of curiosity and arrogance, chose to ignore the warnings issued by the Galactic Council. They saw an opportunity to be the first to usher humanity into the galactic community and to secure a favorable position in future negotiations. The arrival. The Zarkonian vessel, a sleek starship powered by quantum singularity, entered Earth's orbit unseen, cloaked in invisibility. The world below buzzed with oblivious daily activity. From this vantage point, Commander Yalthar observed the humans through high-resolution scans, marveling at their primitive yet bustling civilization. "Initiate first contact protocols," Yalthar ordered, his voice steady, eyes fixed on the blue planet, "and disable the cloaking field." As the ship revealed itself, a colossal silhouette against the sun, panic ensued below. News networks exploded with breaking alerts, militaries went on high alert, and social media became frenzied with theories and fears. The Zarkonians had expected surprise, but not the chaotic fear that rippled across Earth. Communication breakdown. The initial attempts at communication were rough. Human languages were diverse and complex, filled with nuances that the Zarkonian translators struggled to decode. Every broadcasted message, intended to be peaceful, was met with heightened defenses and global alarm. Realizing the need for a softer approach, Yalthar decided to personally address the United Nations, having quickly learned of its role as a global diplomatic platform. Using their advanced technology, the Zarkonians broadcast a holographic image of Yalthar inside the UN Assembly Hall. Speaking in fluent English, which they had rapidly mastered using AI algorithms. "Ladies and gentlemen of Earth," Yalthar began, his image flickering slightly as he adjusted the translator, "we come in peace. We are the Zarkonians from the star system Gliese 581. We have watched your progress with great interest and wish to offer friendship and knowledge exchange." Earth's response. The reaction was mixed. While many world leaders were cautious, urging calm and diplomacy, others saw the hidden threat in these alien overtures. But curiosity prevailed, and a delegation of Earth's finest minds was assembled to meet with the Zarkonians aboard their ship. Dr. Lena Horowitz, a leading astrophysicist, was among the selected few. Her excitement was palpable as she stepped onto the alien vessel, her mind racing with questions about their technology, culture, and sciences. The exchange. Over the following weeks, an exchange of knowledge and culture took place. The Zarkonians shared advancements in energy generation, space travel, and medical sciences. In return, they learned of human arts, languages, and social structures. The Zarkonians were particularly fascinated by human emotions, which were far more complex and varied than their own. This emotional depth seemed to underlie the humans' drive for innovation and survival, a trait the Zarkonians began to see as both an asset and a threat. Unforeseen consequences. As the Zarkonian ship eventually departed, they left behind a planet buzzing with new possibilities. Technologies that had once seemed centuries away were now within reach, thanks to the schematics and theories shared by the aliens. However, the Zarkonians had underestimated the human capacity for growth. With new technology came new ambitions, and soon Earth began its transformation. What the Zarkonians intended as a controlled cultural exchange had ignited the spark of rapid and relentless human advancement. Back on Viridia Prime, the Galactic Council reconvened, disturbed by reports of Earth's sudden technological leaps. Zelthor stood again before the assembly, his earlier warnings now carrying a new weight. They adapt, they learn, and now they evolve at a pace we precipitated but cannot control, he said solemnly. We must watch closely, for we have not lifted them up, we have unleashed them. As the Council digested these words, Earth continued its ascent, humans unaware of the galactic eyes warily tracking their progress. The Zarkonians had opened a door, behind which humanity's boundless potential began to stir, ready to step onto the galactic stage not as a junior member, but as a formidable force in their own right. The dance of the galaxies had a new participant, one that would not follow the established steps, but would instead create their own rhythm. The seeds sown by the Zarkonians on Earth quickly germinated, blossoming into a period of unprecedented technological advancement and social upheaval. Human societies, once divided by petty terrestrial squabbles, began to unite under the common cause of exploration, both of their own planet and of the cosmos beyond. The promise of new technology and the potential riches of the universe catalyzed a global renaissance. Rapid integration and innovation. Within a decade, the technology shared by the Zarkonians was not only replicated, but also enhanced by human ingenuity. The Earth's scientific community thrived as quantum computing, which had once been in its infancy, became mainstream, enhancing every aspect of human life, from medicine to transportation. Cities began to transform. Buildings became smarter and more energy efficient as they integrated alien tech into their architecture. Cars and planes became obsolete for most urban dwellers, replaced by efficient public transit systems using anti-gravity and hyperspeed technologies. Military applications. Not all uses of the new technology were peaceful. Various governments covertly developed weapons that were decades ahead of what had been possible before first contact. These advances were not lost on the Galactic Council, who monitored Earth's militarization with growing concern. Their capability to inflict harm has grown exponentially, Zelthor reported to the Council. Their nature has not changed, only their means have. Expansion beyond Earth. With their home planet rapidly advancing, humans set their sights on the stars. The moon was colonized as a preliminary step, no longer just a symbol in the night sky, but a bustling hub for mining and research. Mars followed soon after, with terraforming projects initiating faster than anyone had anticipated. The asteroid belt became humanity's quarry, providing rare minerals that fueled further expansion. Automated ships, filled with AI-driven robots, mined asteroids and comets, bringing their bounty back to Earth. Cultural shift. As humanity expanded into the solar system, a cultural shift occurred. The old nationalistic and ethnic identities began to blur, replaced by a new identity, Terran. Humans saw themselves as inhabitants of Earth, not of any single country, and their collective goal was to make their mark on the universe. The arts flourished, with new genres of music, literature, and visual arts that incorporated the alien elements now interwoven with human culture. Virtual reality experiences, which simulated interstellar travel and alien worlds, became a popular form of entertainment and education. The Human Galactic Agency, HGA. To coordinate their new interstellar endeavors, humans established the Human Galactic Agency, HGA, a successor to the outdated and underfunded space organizations of the past. The HGA wasn't just a space exploration entity, but also a military and diplomatic corps that prepared humans for interactions with alien species. The first mission of the HGA was to Proxima Centauri, spurred by the discovery of an exoplanet within the habitable zone. Using a hyperspeed spacecraft, a mixed team of scientists, diplomats, and soldiers embarked on the journey, symbolizing the new phase of human development. Galactic reactions. Back on Viridia Prime, the developments on Earth were met with mixed feelings. Some in the Galactic Council admired the humans' zest and resourcefulness. Others, like Zelthor, viewed it with unease. We have perhaps accelerated their progression too hastily, Zelthor mused in a council session. It is as if we have provided a child with tools far beyond his wisdom and restraint. As the council debated, the humans continued their relentless push forward. With each passing day, they became more integrated into the galactic milieu, their presence soon to be felt by all who had once gazed upon them as mere primitive newcomers. The galaxy watched, waited, and wondered just how far and how fast humanity would rise. The stage was set not just for a meeting of civilizations, but for a clash of cosmic proportions, instigated by the curiosity and ambition of the human race. Humanity's relentless surge into the cosmos marked a new era in the annals of both Earth and the galaxy. With their settlements flourishing on the Moon and Mars, and their eyes on further celestial bodies, humans quickly became a force to be reckoned with. The Galactic Council, once skeptical and dismissive, now watched Earth's interstellar endeavors with a wary eye. Colonization efforts. The colonization of the Moon and Mars was just the beginning. Under the auspices of the Human Galactic Agency, HGA, humans expanded to the moons of Jupiter and Saturn, where underwater and ice subsurface colonies explored the potential for life and precious resources. Each colony, while self-sufficient, was heavily shielded and armed, resembling military fortresses as much as they did research outposts. Discovering the transit routes. The real game-changer came when a human exploratory fleet, venturing beyond the Kuiper Belt, accidentally discovered ancient alien transit routes, networks of artificially created wormholes left behind by a long-forgotten civilization, now dormant. These routes allowed for near-instantaneous travel across vast distances of space, a technology that humans had not yet mastered but were quick to explore. With these routes, humanity didn't just walk through the galaxy's door, they barged through it. They established outposts along these pathways, each strategically positioned to serve as refueling stations, trade hubs, and military lookout points. Military and strategic expansion. As their technology and knowledge of space expanded, so too did their military capabilities. The HGA's space fleet grew from a handful of exploratory ships to a formidable armada, capable of both offense and defense in space warfare. The technologies borrowed from the Zarkonians were now enhanced with human ingenuity, making these ships faster, more durable, and deadlier. Diplomatic maneuvers. On the diplomatic front, humans began to make their presence felt. They applied for membership in the Galactic Council, not as a species to be mentored, but as a full-fledged member demanding equal rights and responsibilities. They sent ambassadors to various alien civilizations, not only to learn, but also to form alliances and trade agreements. Their approach was not subtle. They flaunted their advancements and made it clear they were open for cooperation, but prepared for conflict. This bold stance rattled more conservative members of the Council, who feared what a brash, rapidly advancing species could mean for galactic stability. Cultural and economic boom. Back on Earth and its colonies, the influx of alien technologies and the riches of space sparked a golden age of economic prosperity and cultural renaissance. Human culture, now heavily influenced by alien aesthetics and philosophies, saw the birth of new art forms and a revival of old ones through a futuristic lens. Economically, the standard of living soared as the resources from space mining flooded markets with rare minerals and compounds. The economic boom further accelerated human colonization efforts, creating a self-sustaining cycle of growth and expansion. The Galactic Council's dilemma. At a crucial session of the Galactic Council, Zelthor once again took the floor. The humans have spread too rapidly and now control key junctions along the ancient transit routes, he said, his voice filled with a mix of awe and fear. They have not only adapted our technologies, but have also commandeered and possibly enhanced the relics of civilizations older than our collective memory. The Council was forced to acknowledge that humanity was no longer a minor player to be guided, but a major interstellar power that needed to be dealt with diplomatically. We must engage with them as equals, suggested Ambassador Yiltz, who had once questioned humanity's potential. They have earned their place at the table through their ingenuity and boldness. Preparing for the future. As the Council deliberated on Earth's membership, the human settlements continued to grow. Each colony, each ship that sailed through the cosmic ocean, represented humanity's unyielding drive and ambition. The galaxy had changed with humanity's ascent. The stars, once the realm of the ancient and mighty, were now home to the vibrant and audacious. Humanity's footprint in the galaxy was deep and indelible. They were ready to meet the galactic community, not just as participants, but as pioneers, ready to shape the future as they had reshaped their world. The Galactic Council had to adapt to this new reality. Humanity was here to stay, and they were playing for keeps. The dance of the galaxies now had a new lead, and their tune was bold and unmistakable. The rapid ascendance of humanity in galactic affairs, backed by their strategic control of ancient transit routes and burgeoning military prowess drew a line in the cosmic sands. Alarmed by these developments, a coalition of alien races, spearheaded by the Zarkonians who first contacted Earth, decided that human expansion needed to be curbed to maintain galactic balance. Their plan was straightforward: a display of force that would intimidate humans into negotiating their place in the galaxy more modestly. The Coalition's plan. The Coalition, comprising several species from the Andromeda block, feared that unchecked humanity might soon claim dominance over critical galactic territories. They planned a two-pronged approach: a show of military might coupled with an ultimatum to Earth's leaders: restrain their expansionist policies or face dire consequences. The attack on New Terra, a thriving human colony on Proxima Centauri b, became the target. The planet was a symbol of human ingenuity, a once barren world now teeming with life, thanks to terraforming and massive biodomes that housed millions. The Coalition's fleet, armed with disruptor beams and ion cannons, dropped out of hyperspace and launched a surprise attack. The battle for New Terra was fierce. Coalition forces expected to encounter moderate resistance, perhaps a few squadrons of human ships and ground defenses. Instead, they faced a well-prepared and technologically advanced enemy. Human ships, equipped with AI-driven tactics and advanced shield technology borrowed from the Zarkonians themselves, managed not only to withstand the Coalition's assault, but to counterattack effectively. Human ingenuity and resilience. As the battle raged in space, on the surface, human forces utilized guerrilla tactics learned through centuries of terrestrial conflicts. They turned the colony's terrain, with its complex network of valleys and artificially created forests, against the attackers. Drone swarms, controlled from mobile command centers, harried the Coalition troops, who found themselves bogged down and unable to secure their objectives. Meanwhile, the HGA coordinated a defense from orbit, deploying rapid response cruisers that harried the Coalition's flanks and cut off their retreat. Advanced EMP missiles, a recent development from Earth's military labs, disabled several key Coalition ships, leaving them drifting and easy targets for human boarding parties. The turning point. What was meant to be a quick demonstration turned into a protracted siege, with human forces outmaneuvering the Coalition at every turn. The turning point came when human hackers, using cyber warfare tactics, infiltrated the Coalition's command network and sowed confusion by sending false orders and scrambling communication channels. Within hours, the Coalition's coordinated attack disintegrated into chaos. Their ships, unable to maintain formation or retreat cohesively, were picked off one by one. The humans, seizing the opportunity, captured several alien vessels, turning their own weapons against them. Aftermath and reflection. The failed attack on New Terra was a humiliation for the Coalition. Their underestimation of human capabilities led to a significant loss of life, material, and, most importantly, prestige. The Galactic Council, once skeptical of the human threat, now had to reconsider their stance entirely. This was not just a military defeat, Zelthor addressed the Council afterward. It was a strategic blunder that has shifted the balance of power in favor of humanity. They have shown not only the ability to defend their territories, but to effectively repurpose and enhance the technologies we feared they would mishandle. Earth's reaction. Back on Earth and across human colonies, the victory was met with a mixture of pride and newfound resolve. The attack galvanized further support for the HGA and the militarization of space, which many had previously opposed. Now the focus shifted from mere survival and expansion to securing humanity's place as a galactic power. In the halls of the Galactic Council, the message was clear. Humanity was no longer a species to be patronized or bullied. They were now a sovereign power, capable of not just participating in galactic affairs, but shaping them. The Council had to engage with humanity as equals, lest they invite further conflicts that they could not afford. As the galaxy watched, Earth prepared not just to defend its interests, but to assert them. The cosmic chessboard had been overturned, and humanity was ready to set the pieces anew, under rules of their own making. Following the dramatic repulsion of the coalition forces at New Terra, the Galactic Council was forced to reevaluate its stance on humanity. The human victory had not only demonstrated their military capabilities, but also their strategic acumen and resilience under pressure. This pivotal moment in human-galactic relations opened a new chapter marked by cautious diplomacy interspersed with covert operations. Strategic diplomacy. The Galactic Council, now keenly aware of humanity's potential and propensity for rapid technological advancement and military might, extended an olive branch. They invited Earth's representatives to the Council to begin formal negotiations for a peace treaty and possibly for Earth's integration as a full member. Human leaders, tactful and shrewd, accepted the invitation, but prepared for negotiations with dual strategies: open diplomacy and hidden agendas. The Human Galactic Agency, HGA, set up a special division, the Diplomatic Strategy Unit, DSU, to train diplomats in the art of alien negotiation techniques and espionage. The art of human diplomacy. Earth's delegation was led by Ambassador Ilara Miles, a veteran in political strategy and interstellar diplomacy. Her approach was to appear conciliatory and cooperative, aiming to allay fears of human aggression, while secretly gathering as much intelligence as possible on alien technologies and political structures. During the council meetings, Ilara skillfully navigated the complex dynamics of alien politics. She agreed to limit human expansion to pre-approved areas and to share certain technological advancements with the Council, in exchange for access to more advanced alien technologies and the right to establish human embassies on various key planets. Covert operations. Behind the scenes, the DSU operated discreetly. Human intelligence operatives, embedded within diplomatic teams, used sophisticated technology to intercept communications and hack into the Council's archives. They unearthed critical data about political factions, military capabilities, and vulnerabilities of the prominent alien races. One of the most significant achievements of these operations was the infiltration into the Andromedan Block's security network, where humans discovered plans for another potential anti-human alliance forming. Armed with this knowledge, Ambassador Miles used it as leverage during the negotiations, subtly hinting that Earth was aware of the continuing distrust and preparations against them. Galactic integration. As negotiations progressed, humans slowly integrated into various galactic projects. Human scientists worked alongside alien experts in fields such as energy production, space-time manipulation, and quantum computing. Each joint project, while ostensibly a gesture of goodwill and cooperation, also served as an opportunity for humans to further understand and assimilate alien technologies. The cultural exchanges that accompanied diplomatic engagements helped to soften the image of humans in the galaxy. Human arts, music, and cuisine became fashionable among the alien elites, creating a socio-economic bond that made the idea of further aggressions against humanity less palatable. Shifting alliances. The intelligence gathered by the DSU revealed fractures within the Galactic Council's major powers. Using this information, Earth's diplomats expertly sowed discord among rival factions, weakening any unified front against human expansion. They forged secret pacts and trade deals with smaller or marginalized species, offering protection or technological aid in return for their support in council votes. Conclusion of the peace treaty. After months of intricate negotiations and clandestine operations, a comprehensive peace treaty was signed. Humanity was granted full membership in the Galactic Council, along with significant concessions that would facilitate their continued expansion and integration into the galactic community. Aftermath. The treaty was a triumph for Earth, celebrated as a new era of peace and prosperity. However, the galaxy remained unaware of the extent of human infiltration and surveillance. The information and alliances secured through these means positioned humanity not just as a member of the galactic community, but as a pivotal and potentially dominant force. As Ambassador Miles left the final session of negotiations, her enigmatic smile concealed the breadth of Earth's victories. Behind the veneer of diplomacy lay a network of spies and informants that would ensure Earth's superiority in the years to come. The galaxy thought it had embraced humanity. In truth, it had invited in a master of deception and strategy, poised to shape the cosmic order under human terms. The treaty's ink was barely dry when the full implications of humanity's strategic victories began to ripple across the galaxy. Earth, once an isolated and underestimated planet, had emerged not only as a full member of the Galactic Council, but as a pivotal architect of the new galactic order. The human propensity for rapid adaptation, innovation, and, when necessary, subterfuge had reshaped their destiny among the stars. Consolidation of power. With their newfound status and access to the Council's resources, humans rapidly expanded their influence. Embassies on key planets doubled as intelligence hubs, gathering information and exerting Earth's soft power. The Human Galactic Agency, HGA, now a respected and feared name across star systems, coordinated Earth's interstellar initiatives with a focus on strategic expansion and resource acquisition. The transit routes, once the realm of ancient forgotten technologies, were now dominated by human-controlled waypoints. These stations, officially serving as hubs for trade and travel, allowed Earth to monitor and control the flow of goods and information, effectively giving them the upper hand in galactic logistics and commerce. Technological dominance. Leveraging the technologies and knowledge gained from their integration into galactic projects and through covert means, Earth introduced innovations that revolutionized energy production, space travel, and military capabilities. Quantum fusion reactors, faster than light, FTL travel, and AI-driven warfare were no longer concepts but realities that humans mastered and sometimes monopolized. The gap in technological capabilities between humans and many older galactic species widened. With each advancement, humans not only enhanced their own society and military, but also created dependencies, as many alien civilizations came to rely on human tech to sustain their economies and infrastructures. Diplomatic maneuverings. Ambassador Ilara Miles, celebrated as a visionary back on Earth, continued to weave a web of alliances and treaties that favored human interests. She adeptly played rival factions against each other, deepening Earth's involvement in galactic affairs, while ensuring that no single alien power could challenge humanity's ascendancy. Her efforts were bolstered by the DSU's ongoing operations, which kept potential adversaries in check and provided Earth with a continuous flow of intelligence. Earth's influence was felt in every Council decision, and before long, it was a common sentiment among many Council members that nothing moves without Earth's assent. Military buildup. The peace treaty had a clause that limited military buildups near contested zones, a clause that humans adhered to only in the letter, not in spirit. The human military, under the guise of protecting their expanding borders and trade routes, constructed massive fleets and armadas that patrolled the edges of human-controlled space. These forces, often commanded by AI with strategic directives, conducted regular drills that, while non-aggressive, displayed the formidable power Earth could unleash if provoked. The message was clear. Humanity was willing to defend its interest by any means necessary. Cultural integration and propaganda. On the cultural front, humans continued to enchant other species through media, art, and cuisine, which subtly promoted human values and perspectives. Popular human holofilms, which depicted humans as explorers and heroes of the galaxy, became fixtures in many alien homes, shaping public perception in favor of Earth's agenda. The integration went both ways, though. Human culture itself absorbed various alien elements, creating a vibrant, cosmopolitan society on Earth and its colonies. This cultural melding made the idea of opposing Earth not just a political challenge, but a social quandary for many aliens. The new galactic landscape. By the time the other major powers realized the extent of Earth's machinations, it was too late. Humanity had its hands in every major economic, technological, and military development in the galaxy. The Galactic Council, once a forum of equals, had subtly morphed into a body where Earth's interests shaped the cosmic agenda. The final council meeting of the decade, held on the gleaming new human embassy on Viridia Prime, was not to discuss trade or treaties, but to acknowledge the new reality. Humanity was not just another member of the community, but its most influential leader. Zelthor, now an old figure overshadowed by vibrant new human diplomats, reflected on his earlier warnings. "Fear them, for they are survivors, they are conquerors," he had said. Those words, once a caution, now served as the prologue to the new age of the galaxy, an age under human dominion where Earth's ingenuity, resilience, and sometimes ruthless strategies redefined power dynamics across the stars. Humanity's journey from an underdeveloped planet to the preeminent power in the galaxy was complete. The stars, once distant and cold, now warmed to the touch of human ambition. In an era where Earth led the dance of the galaxies, setting the rhythm and the pace for all.